customer places multiple sale orders, but delivery happens only when a sufficient number of quantities is reached in the container. Let's take an example where the customer here, in this case, is UN Commissionary, has placed two sale orders, namely this is 1060 and 1061. Let's look at the materials. Here we have common materials, which is Johnnie Walker Red Label, Pepsi. In the first order it was Absolute Vodka, Pepsi and Johnnie Walker Red Label. Here the deliveries are already created for the same. For this is the first one being it's 2170 and it's here it's 2171. Since both the deliveries are picked simultaneously, we have utilized the concept of TO group grouping, which is nothing but TO grouping LT43. We'll create TO group. Let's check whether both our deliveries are selected. Yes, it's 2170 and 71. Give a description called TO group demo. Okay, here this is the TO group which is being created. This is the reference until PGI. Okay, we'll enter the same, save it up for this. Okay. A customized transaction is created wherein the picker goes and select this category of materials for which he is responsible for picking. The customized transaction is ZWM03. The picker who is responsible for alcohol comes and selects the category, and we enter the TO group number here, and he executes the transaction. Here, if you observe, he gets only the list of materials which comes under alcohol category, namely Absolute Vodka Red Label. The person who is responsible for soft drinks selects the particular variant, he enters the TO group and executes. Here you observe only soft drinks are listed. Here various options are provided, namely merchandise category, brand, product hierarchy, till an article level. If at all, these are filtering criteria which is used only to print those materials under which it falls. Here we have additional options like barcode and along with total cartons. Okay. Once the picker picks and keeps into a staging area, the warehouse manager loads the same with the help of scanning process, which is a customized transaction ZWM01. Here we have a repacking process. If at all there is a repacking, let's take a container loading process where the warehouse supervisor checks the TO group, scans the TO group. Here we have a list. If you observe here, there is a column called overview column wherein material is listed, description, quantity, unit of measurement, factor, base quantity, how much has been picked and how much is remaining, and the last column which says the total status of the same, whether it has been completely picked. Here we have two options, either to scan the material or enter the material itself if there is no barcode. We'll take a case where a barcode is provided. Here, how much to be picked quantity comes and how much quantity has been picked. Let's say 20 has been picked. Here, if you see the effect of it, previously picked was 0, now we get 20 and remaining is 4. Let us go ahead and pick the 4 also. Okay. Here, now if you observe that the total quantity picked is 24, and we have also a symbol called OK, which means it has been completely picked. Let's take one more material for which let's scan one more material. Okay, here 96 inches is there, which comes to 4 cartons. Let's go ahead and pick the entire. Let's scan partially. Next. Okay. Here, if there is any, the effect of it is 48 has been picked and 48 is remaining. There is an additional option wherein the materials which has been scanned is listed. On clicking the same, we get who has how much has been picked at what time. If at all there is a delay, it needs to be wrongly, it needs to be corrected. You can select the same and delete it. There's a delete button available here. Okay, let's take here. Let's continue with the posting of the same. Here we observe that one of the quantities, which is Absolut vodka, has been completely picked. Pepsi has been partially picked, and Red Label has not been picked at all. There's another transaction where here the warehouse manager can monitor the entire picking process. It is ZWM02. Yes, here executes, and there is a status symbol which is being associated. One is the green symbol, which it indicates the quantity has been completely picked. The picked quantity was 24 and the total quantity was also 24. And one, if you see, it was the yellow symbol, which means it has been partially picked. That it was 72, which is supposed to be picked, but we have picked only 48 and the remaining was 24. If you observe these red indicators, which means that though the quantity needs to be picked fully, none of the quantities has been picked. These red play a major role because this line items has to be deleted from the delivery in order to proceed for the PGI. And also these quantity for which partially picked quantity is done, we need to remove the change the quantity in the delivery document so that the PGI process is completed. Here, if you see, these are the deliveries. We have noted down. Let us go ahead and change the delivery so that we can complete the PGI process also. Here, if you see that 1 carton of Pepsi needs to be picked, and here there is only 1 carton of Pepsi which is being, so we need to remove this line item. Okay, we can only do this once the TO group confirmation has happened. Let us go ahead and confirm the TO group. Okay. We need to compose the delivery document. Okay. Here we get a message